Hello people in the internet, the Rocket 360 here, and I'm back for another review. This time we actually got another Marvel Legends for you guys to design. We'll be reviewing the Marvel Legends Deadpool and Wolverine himself, aka Logan. Now I did actually pick this up at my one of my GameStop, so none to do. Before we actually get started, oh, by the way, let me just remove Miku out of the way. She's not meant to be there and stuff, but anyways. Before we get started with the review, like I said, let's start with the box, shall we? So, you actually got a nice packaging of the Deadpool and Wolverine. So you actually have some nice artwork and stuff. You actually have a picture of Deadpool and some unicorns and stuff, rainbows and everything. You have the logo of the movie, Wolverine. Here's a nice image of Wolverine. And so let's up real quick, and here's a nice image of Wolverine right here. And you actually get other characters like Deadpool, Wolverine, and Deadpool, which is the civilian Wolverine, which I'm not getting. I'm gonna try to get Deadpool one day. So I'm guessing these guys are actually re-released. I think mostly they re-released these two because these guys are like hard to find. This guy, anybody can get him, so I'm happy they're doing that. They're kind of doing it with No Way Home like a month ago, so I'm glad they're doing that. So anyways, nothing to do, let's get started, shall we? And okay, I'll put the camera right here. So anyways, here we actually got Wolverine in his always glory, and I have to say this figure, surprisingly, it's amazing stuff. So you guys know Marvel Legends did actually made a lot of Wolverine figure based off the Fox X-Men. We actually have one with just the white shirt. They actually kind of re-released that again, and we did actually have him with a jacket and stuff. And we actually have the Logan, which is actually a Comic-Con exclusive. And now we actually have this and the I don't know what you want to call the other one. I think Loser Logan, I think the way you want to call it, but that's what they actually call it in the movie. That's some people call it. That's some people what they call it in the movie. So, anyways, let's get started, shall we? So this figure looks amazing, and the suit looks amazing. Now, like for almost like 20 years, fans been begging for the yellow costume to come to the big screen and stuff. Now, if you guys already know, like he never wore this in the movie. Now, if you guys remember, there was a deleted scene in The Wolverine, the 2013. There was like a deleted scene where they actually showed the costume, but sadly they actually cut that out and stuff. Literally missed opportunity there. The closest one we actually got to the classic costume was in X-Men Days of Future Past. That suit was the close enough we actually got to a classic Wolverine outfit. Just put on a mask on and call it a day. And yeah, that was literally the closest one we actually got to a classic costume. And in my opinion, that was like the best suit they actually made in the timing. So, and now they finally give us Wolverine, well, played by Hugh Jackman, the classic costume. Even though it's not the main Wolverine, it's actually like another variant, but it's still played by Hugh Jackman. But anyways, let's get started, shall we? Here we actually got like Hugh Jackman, and the head sculpt of Hugh Jackman likeness is really amazing stuff. I believe this is actually a new sculpt and stuff. Sometimes they do reuse head sculpt, but I think this is actually the Deadpool and Wolverine Logan, and the head sculpt of it looks amazing. You can see the beard, the likeness, the eyes. The sculpting looks amazing. The Hugh Jackman likeness is just really amazing, and I do love that and stuff. Like, they really nailed it. Like, they literally knock it out of the park with this and stuff. So it literally looks like Hugh Jackman, and I do love that. And you actually have the sculpt of the hair and stuff, which it looks amazing. And the ears sculpting looks amazing. The back of the hair looks amazing and stuff. So everything about this head sculpt looks amazing. So I'm happy they use a different head sculpt. Literally looks like Hugh Jackman and stuff. So I do love that a lot. So yeah, I'm more in the back. So you actually got some nice sculpt in the back and stuff. Some blue paint, some more sculpt in the back and stuff. So I do love that and stuff. The sculpting looks nice. It actually has some black sculpting right here and stuff. Some more sculpt right here and stuff. But yeah, anyways, I'm moving the front. So he actually got some more sculpt detail and stuff. So he actually has some more blue paint right here and stuff, and some more sculpt right here. Now keep in mind, I do wish it was painted in battle damage, but it is what it is, unfortunately. But yeah, but the sculpting looks amazing. So that's some nice sculpting detail over here. It actually has some silver paint, the black lines and stuff. Some more sculpt right here and stuff. Some more sculpt right here and stuff. Some blue, black, some yellow paint right here. Some more silver paint right here. Some more sculpt in the atom right there and stuff. Some more sculpt right here and stuff, which looks amazing. You actually have a nice belt right here. X-Men right there, some black paint, some gold paint, silver paint and stuff, so it looks amazing. So right here we actually got some more like black paint right here and stuff, and we actually got the shoulders. But the shoulder looks amazing, the sculpting and stuff, like the blue and the yellow line and stuff, so I do love that. Now now this is where the complaint comes and stuff. Now people do actually have complaints like they would have preferred it with the sleeveless Wolverine without this right here, and like, you know, the exposed muscles and stuff. I mean, this is supposed to be him, like, this is supposed to be Wolverine when we first, like, meet the character and stuff. So, I don't know why they made it. Actually, no, never mind. And again, like, I actually understand why they did and stuff, just to protect Hugh Jackman and stuff, because, if you guys actually know what happened, so, honestly, I don't blame them. But, and again, later on in the movie, they actually ditched that sleeve and stuff, and they actually made him more comic accurate and stuff. But unfortunately, it doesn't have the shoulders anymore, but it is what it is. But the arms looks amazing stuff, so I do love the blue paint and stuff. You can see some like shine to it and stuff. So the sculpt looks really nice and stuff, so I do love what they did there. The arm right here looks amazing. Like, I just love the sculpting in the arm right here and stuff, and then you actually have some nice sculpting in the hands right here. Let's just can we just get up? There we go. The sculpting right here in the hand looks amazing, and I do love that. Some more sculpt right here. The hand looks amazing. Right here, take a look at the exact same stuff. So I do love that. Some more sculpt right here, and we actually move to the legs. So the legs actually have some nice sculpt detail over here. Some blue paint, some more sculpt in the pants, some more sculpt right here and stuff. So the boots right here looks nice, color in blue, black, and paint sculpt. Everything about it just looks amazing. The amount of detail they did on this Hugh Jackman Wolverine just looks amazing, and it's really nice. We finally got him with the classic costume for like almost like a decade and stuff. So yeah. Anyways, for accessories, hold on. Now, if you guys like, so he does actually come with the claw hands and stuff. Well, take it was packaged with the claw hand. So if you guys like, we could just remove this. Alright, let's remove both of the hands off. And I'm probably gonna do it off screen, because sometimes doing end screen is actually difficult, so it's easier to do it off screen. So he does actually come with the claw hands and stuff, and the claw hand looks amazing. Like the silver paint, the detail they did looks amazing. The claw looks amazing. The paint, the sculpting just looks amazing. Just look at that. And the hand detail looks amazing. I do want to mention the hands are they're quite different. This is actually a fisted hand, and this one's actually more like an open hand. I don't know why they keep doing that, but I guess it is what it is. But you know. But look at this. This just looks amazing, and I do love that. Now for the light accessories, everybody know what they came here for. So if you actually remove this head off, you actually do get the hold on, let me just do it off screen again. You do actually get a Wolverine with the actual mask. And hold on, let me just, okay, there we go. Okay, wait, hold on. There we go. Look at this. This just looks amazing, dude. This is just go hard for no reason and stuff. So I do actually love this a lot. So everything about it looks amazing. So the head sculpt looks amazing and stuff. Like the detail, everything looks amazing. The black sculpting and stuff. The white eyes and everything. The mouth and the beard and everything. Just looks fantastic. Inside, it kind of looks like Batman a bit and stuff. And some more sculpting right here and stuff. So everything about it just looks amazing. So we finally got him with the mask and stuff. So he doesn't, spoiler, he doesn't really wear the mask till the end of the movie and stuff, which, but you know, it was still worth it and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, for articulation wise, head's on the ball joint. Arms can move like this and stuff. Arms can move like this. This can actually swell over here. And this can move like this. And this can swell over here. Get some cool poses. Like to move like this. Like to move like this. Can move like these and move like that. So basically, I thought the joint would be tight, but no. I was about to use some hot water to actually fix the joint, but surprisingly, no. He's actually quite perfect. So, anyways, now for stat comparison, so I don't have the new Deadpool yet. So this is the only Deadpool I'm comparing. And here's the 20th Fox Deadpool. So I'm gonna try to find a new Deadpool soon, but I still like this one better because I do like how it's darker red, it's more detail and stuff, and I would prefer this Deadpool more, but I'm still gonna try to get the other one. I'll try to do a review of that in the future. So yeah, look at that. We can do some more like Marvel Legends comparison. Here's with the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Yeah, there's some pain, like you can see there's some bit of pain, but don't worry, I do actually have a second spare of Spider-Man. I have like 3 of them and stuff. I'm planning to give one for my friend in the future. I give like another one to my friend and stuff. I actually used to have 4 of them and stuff. Mainly because I actually bought one for my friend. But yeah, look at this. Oh man, like this looks amazing. So I do love this. Why not? Here's with Spider-Gwen right here. And I'm guessing that's about it and stuff, so yeah. Anyways, if you guys really want to pick up your Wolverine, I do recommend going to GameStop because I think that because like I heard like GameStop are actually restocking this guy and stuff. Same thing with Deadpool, so I think Deadpool might be a bit hard, but Wolverine, you might actually have a good chance and stuff, just like me and stuff. So you actually have a good chance to find this guy. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna end the video here and stuff, and I'll try to do more Marvel Legends review for you guys and stuff. Like I said, I'll try to get the Deadpool as soon as I can and stuff, and I'll maybe try to like get some more of the Spider-Man from the new, you know, the game I'm on, the Spider-Man 2 game. So I'll try to get some of the figure of those characters. But yeah, anyways, love, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. So bye.